What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, back with another video. It is actually pretty late at night, so excuse me if I'm being a little quiet. Maybe we'll boost up the audio post-production. But today's video is going to be a little bit of an exciting one. I wasn't going to film a whole thing. This is going to be part one, but it's going to be one video for you guys, just part one for me, and I'll do a proper ride review upcoming in the video, so stay tuned, watch. But pretty much what we're doing, you guys saw the title thumbnail. This is pretty much, I would say, one of the cheapest ways to go faster. It's almost like a cheat code. A lot of new riders don't know about it, and you can go faster for a lot cheaper than an exhaust, modifying, and all that stuff. And that is sprockets. Right here, we have different size sprockets. If you guys don't know what sprockets are, this is the rear sprocket, this is the front sprocket. Sprocket, your chain goes on it, and pretty much it determines torque versus top speed, pretty much. I would say, like, that's the easiest way to explain it. So what we're doing over here, this actually, my buddy Hussein with the SP got me this rear sprocket, but he got me a different size by mistake. The OEM is a 42. He got me a 41, which is -1 in the rear, which means it's more top speed. So pretty much the V4R is going to be a little bit less torquey after we install this sprocket, but it's going to give me more top speed. Usually, you know, depends if what type of bike you have and all that, you might want to consider depending on what you want to do, but generally all of these bikes have plenty torque and horsepower, and I'm always fighting the wheelie, especially in low gears. Therefore, I don't really care too much about torque. I would like some more top speed, and I'll probably make this bike more usable. We've already done that with the H2R. If we have time, we'll actually do the rear sprocket for the H2R today as well. I have this for the H2R. It's also a 41 rear sprocket for the H2R. With this one, I'm purposefully going lower because we are chasing that top speed number on the H2R, and this bike is plenty powerful. So actually, by making it more top speed, I'm able to use it a lot more since I don't like stretching my bikes. Yeah, chain is down. Wanted to, before we install this, we already took off the rear sprocket, as you guys can see, this one, and then this thing goes on it. And then I had this carbon fiber cover aftermarket that goes on it like this. And then after all of that, I have these, I don't know where they are, they're over there, these titanium bolts that go onto this right here. So that's pretty much what I've done before, but I've always wanted a black sprocket just because it looks cleaner. And yeah, we got a surprise little change in numbers, and the bike is gonna feel a little different. So let's see, I'm curious to see how much they weight. 2 pounds and 3 ounces, 2.9 ounces. Let's see the OEM. Oh yeah, this actually does feel heavier for sure. Wow, I was able to feel that much of a difference. 211.9 instead of 229. So 9 ounces, but believe it or not, that feel a difference, and I actually wanted to measure it because when I picked this up, I was like, wow, that's still pretty heavy, even though this is a super light. You guys can see right here, this is a 42, 41. All right, Mikey, we are good. So now we can install this right here. And also, here you guys see it says super light, and if you guys see, this one has extra bolts here. Mikey told me the other day when we were supposed to install it at the shop that pretty much this allows you to replace the sprocket itself without having to take this whole thing apart. So you can see this is one piece, this is not. So apparently we can take off these bolts, and just this outer piece will come off, and this will stay on the bike, which will make it a lot easier to change sprockets in the future. So that's a nice little tip. Thank you, Mikey, for letting me know about that. And yeah, we're gonna install this. I'll update you guys with the final look after, and then maybe the H2R and maybe a few more mods, and then the ride. Because this is a titanium piece right here. You guys see the sprocket is already on. Just wanted to check the weight of this. So light, 2.3 ounces for this whole thing. It feels crazy. Yeah, the V4R is actually one of the first bikes where I started my titanium obsession, but I went with the natural raw titanium with this bike. And then you can barely like notice it and see. I even forget that, look which bolts I changed to titanium. Even though you can tell titanium color is a little different. It's a little more, I would say, I can notice the difference, but most people can't, and I forgot too. So, oh, time for the big boy. Do you want me to do this?
We're gonna torque it. So, just if you want to can hold the bike.
Yeah. Or the rear brake.
Yeah.
I'm holding the rear brake.
Okay, if you wanna film it, the click.
Yep, filming.
Okay.
Nice. How many foot-pounds?
240 Newton meters.
That's a whole lot of torque right there, which
Yes.
we definitely need, I think.
No, oh yeah. We have to
think
put
this
this
one
one here first.
And then this piece, which actually, believe it or not, is also titanium. Black bar.
Wow. Okay.
Oh yeah, now it looks good with the carbon. That looks sick. At some point, I'll probably do the black and gold chain as well. At some point, when this chain is done, so. And all these are titanium as well. Whoa. You can tell, like they feel like nothing. Paper. Looking good. So much better than the silver piece of junk. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Should I? I've been debating doing a black kickstand. I don't want to do the carbon ones just because they sketch me out too much, to be honest. I don't think I want to trust it with my over $100,000 Ducati build. Not too sketchy. I do like my little red Duca bike nub, but at the same time I feel like black would look good. But the silver also goes with pink, so let me know in the comments. Should I do this in black? But eventually I definitely want to get this piece in anodized red, and same with this piece right here. My storage was out again. I have the 1 terabyte phone and I still run out. Too much content. There you guys go. All done. Didn't need to cut the chain because it was a minor adjustment. We just extended the rear more back, so this bike should take off in lower gear a lot better now that we have pretty much less torque, and also it's a little bit extended. You have a minor adjustment that you can adjust from right here, this thing over here. So yeah, and for technically the topic of the video, when I told you guys this is a hack, a cheap hack where you can go faster, that's because, well, if you go do the opposite from what I'm doing, so instead of doing a 42 to a 41, you can do a 43 or even a 44. That way you're gonna get a lot more torque here, and anyone you race, if it's at a lower speed, you're pretty much gonna get them, even though the bikes are exactly the same. So just a little cheat code if somebody is like stock and he beats you in a lower speed, or if you do what I'm doing and you're racing a higher speed, you know what I mean? If somebody beats you by a crazy amount, they probably have different sprocket setups. So yeah, this is all done. And now next up, the H2R possibly.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see what we're doing. We got the H2 and the H2R next to each other. I do have a stand for the H2R, so that is gonna be nicer. If you guys remember, all these nice titanium parts, green tie. Going right here, so this is going to be 50-50. It's going to be easier or harder. Well, Mikey was saying that pretty much it's easier because we don't have to take the whole hub out, so this should just slide right out and we put the new sprocket in. But if we need to cut the chain, then it's going to be more work because this is already maxed out all the way back, so we might have to, I'm assuming we actually do have to cut it because since it's already all the way back.
Yeah.
So it's going to be kind of too loose if we don't cut it. All right, rear sprocket is off. This is the OEM one, which is 42 pound, 62 ounces. Again, just to confirm. Good. Mikey was saying that this is aluminum, so it's a lot lighter, but it wears out a lot faster too. So gotta keep an eye on it, make sure that the teeth are good. But this is gonna be, yeah, ridiculous. Not even a pound. 9.2 ounces versus a pound 62. Super light. We'll just keep an eye on it. Here goes up. Alright guys, my bad. I ended up putting the bikes back in place. We just wrapped up. I actually ended up adding a bunch of green, okay, you guys are not even gonna see them from right here, but a few green titanium bolts. The sprocket is all good. Yeah, you can't even see it, sorry guys. But anyways, it looks the same for this one, so since it's the same color, just one too smaller. This one is all done. This is good too. And extra titanium bolts, a bunch of them. We still have a few more right here, but we didn't have time. It's like almost 10, 11 at night. It's like 11 at night probably. So yeah, next time we wanted to do the reservoirs, but we didn't have time, as I was saying. Got rear reservoir, shout out to Motivation. We're gonna put it back here. And now the continuation of this video is taking either the H2R or the V4R for a little test run with the new sprocket setup, even though it's a small change, that's not a huge change. If you change the front, that's more of a bigger change. but let's see if I feel a difference, especially on the H2R, unfortunately, because we ended up having to cut the chain to make it shorter because it was like pretty much sagging too much with the adjustment. Since this was already pushed all the way back, the V4R, we were able to push it further back, and that's why we got away with not cutting the chain. We had to cut the chain, so that took a bit longer. Got all that done, but now the H2 is sitting a little more forward because we had to remove a link, so it's kind of like a little puzzle thing. Since we cut it, we can't push it as far back or the chain is going to be too tight and then it might snap. So yeah, we probably moved it like half an inch closer now, so it sits a little bit shorter, but shouldn't affect too much in top speed anyways. So yeah, we'll test it out. At this point, this is pretty much maxed out gearing wise, tune, all that stuff. Next up, if this thing doesn't hit the speeds that I want it to hit, then it's going to be MR12, E85, not E85 because we need bigger injectors, but probably MR12. I talked to Brent Tuning and they said they can do something with race fuel for this thing, so it'll give it apparently 10-15 wheel horsepower, which is ridiculous over this. I'm also considering upgrading the supercharger gears. There's still a lot that can be done, but now it's like big stuff to change. But pretty much bolt-on wise, you know, like air filter, it comes with exhaust, it's dyno tuned, sprockets, everything, all the little details a little lowered, all that is pretty much done and maxed out. Besides that, it's going to be big upgrades. So yeah, stay tuned, but we'll probably take one of the bikes for a little spin unless I do a top speed run. But just in case, I end the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope this was an educational one because a lot of people don't know about this whole sprocket setup thing, especially newer riders. So yeah, now you know. If you want more torque, change your sprocket size. If you want more top speed, also change your sprocket size. The differences are if you do -1 like I did, or you go lower in the rear sprocket, that means you're usually getting more top speed. On the front, it's the opposite though. I know it's a little confusing. If you do +1, or usually you don't want to do change more than that in the front, but let's say +1, +2. So the higher you go, the bigger the sprocket in the front sprocket, that means more top speed. So minus in the rear is more top speed, plus in the front is more top speed. So pretty much what we did with the H2 is as max as it goes in the sprocket, as big of a sprocket and as small of a sprocket in the back, which means it's all about top speed, no torque, because you know it's a supercharged bike. You got plenty of torque, especially because I'm not stretched. All right, that's all. Peace out, ride safe. We are back, boys and gentlemen. We did the install and now we're going to be doing the, hold on a sec, there we go. Now we're going to do the first ride with the smaller sprocket. And also, look what I just got from Motivation and SC Project USA. We got the new SC that fit, everything is great, got it all tightened up, so stay tuned. Next ride is going to be a lot of fun with the SC Project exhaust, with the HB4 race. I'm so excited, world's first HB4 race. I'm gonna actually throw a clip for you guys right here because I filmed the startup, but yeah, that's all you guys get, and then the first ride is coming soon. This is a little bit random, guys, but we got the SC Project exhaust. I'm rusty, man. Okay, I need to get back to this filming thing. We have a little bit of a crowd. Hi over here, Steve, Caleb, everyone's here. This is gonna be the first time we start the HB4 race with the SC Project exhaust. Shout out to Motivation again. I'll make a separate video doing, you know, the proper first ride review, but I can't wait. You know what I mean? We gotta hear it and we got a little bit of an audience. So. All right, let's hear it. Homie mobbing it. Red light. Sending it. Running the red. Let's see how the Ducati feels with a different sprocket. It's going to be fun to test out because I want to get a feel for the Ducati. I haven't changed sprocket size at all on this bike. But also we did pretty pretty much the same, if not identical, change for the H2R. So it should be somewhat similar. When we do it with the H2R, it will probably be some sort of like top speed run with that new sprocket setup. As you guys know, we explained in this video earlier that we changed the sprocket for top speed unintentionally for this one, but mainly because we wanted that nice looking black sprocket right there. So, you know, I'm not gonna do anything too crazy, just want to get a feel for it a little bit here and there, and yeah, see how she runs. I mean, just one tooth different is not gonna be a huge change generally, so just want to see if I'll be able to feel it at all. Oh yeah, I actually do feel a difference. Okay, she still comes up pretty hard. I didn't think she'd come up that hard, but this thing still sends it like nothing. Yeah, like I said, not a huge difference at all in this new sprocket setup. This thing's still pure aggressive. I felt it a little bit, I feel like, but as soon as I actually give it a little gas, she's gone. Like I said, with these like really high power bikes, they have so much power and torque that such a small change is not going to change that much in torque. So I can sacrifice a little bit of torque just because it already has so much torque and it comes up like crazy anyways. Woo, she's spicy. I miss this bike so much. What a beautiful day to ride. That answers my question. It's a perfect bike to test that with because it's one of the bikes I'm comfortable doing wheelies with because it has so much electronics and it's safe, so in case, you know, there is a mess up, the bike got you too. And I just like the way like this bike comes up and the power delivery on it. So it's just beautiful when it comes to that. Ducati's fully done up. Those carbon wheels and low speeds feel ridiculous, man. It makes it feel so light. But yeah, I was saying it's a perfect bike to test out the sprocket size because doing like power wheelies, I get a proper feel of how it comes up. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it's gonna be a little more sluggish, but she definitely feels almost as torquey. Like there's such a minor change to the torque that I feel like it's almost not even noticeable, because the first one I gave it a little too much. That's why we came up pretty hard and I came back down, because I'm like, okay, this thing still like completely got it. I forgot about the traffic, man. There we go, see? By the third time we got a little feel for it, we were able to bring her down nice and slow. Unfortunately, we can't show a lot of that stuff for you guys on the tube, so, but you guys get to see the zoomed in, the sound vibe of it at least, so at least that's that. It's a hot day to be going slow on a Ducati, that's for sure. But just wanted to take her out for a little speed test. I wouldn't even call it a speed test, just like a little run to see how the bike feels with the new sprocket and all that. It doesn't feel sluggish at all. When I did the change on the H2R, because I did the front, so I'll teach you guys a little bit something about the sprocket. When you change the front is almost, changing a tooth is almost equivalent to changing 3 in the rear. So it's a lot bigger of a difference, and that's what I did on the H2R, and that's why it made it feel very different. So the slight change in the rear, since it's only one tooth, now we know that it's almost like you can't feel it, almost just the slightest. Yeah, see, I did a slight circuit gear pull and definitely feel the difference right there. Brother, you got your own lane. You're not merging. Steve's bike's still getting the clutch worked on, so soon. Don't crash, kid. He was like, give me the peace sign, and it looked like he almost lost control of the handlebars. Yeah, the Ducati's not liking this heat. She's running at 3 bars. Oh, fuel light just came on. There you go. Looks like I'm gonna get pulled over. Yo, he's a chill cop. I was like, I didn't do nothing, sir. But he was like eyeing me the whole time. I was like, here it goes, here it goes. There he is. The anxiety went like this, and then I'm gonna beat them to the van because it is cooking over here. Oh, cooking. Look at this thing though. Clean black sprocket. Looking spicy. I know, she's cooking. I forgot about all the traffic.
Mr. Mustache behind you. No fun.
He was eyeing me the whole time. I don't have mirrors, so I kept looking back and he's still looking at me. I'm like, I'm still getting pulled over.
He's gonna get pulled over right now. He's like, for what? I was like, something. Not having mirrors for one.
Mirrors, exhaust, plate. I have signals on it. I used them.
Wow.
That was my first time. I don't even.
I just turned off because I was like,
I used them. Forged carbon. And the frame holder is titanium. A lot of cops today. There's another one up ahead over there. That thing is nuts. Still wobbly and shaky. Well, that concludes the video, guys. We did a little pull. I definitely felt a little bit more when doing like a more gradual pull or in higher gears. I feel the slightly less torque, but generally it feels amazing. Still, as I said, has plenty of torque. That's why I did this for this one and the V4R, even though this one was by mistake. I was like, oh, I don't mind changing the sprocket size slightly. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope this was educational and helpful for you guys. Just wanted to teach you guys that, you know, you can go fast for a lot less money if, you know, depends on your priorities, if you want top speed or if you want torque. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please drop a like, subscribe.